All right, let's do this thing. We're going to get into it pretty quick today, but we're going to give it a minute for some people to tune in, see who all is going to join us on the stream today. But as you tune in, whether you are here live right now or whether you're here on the replay, thank you. First of all, I always love doing this podcast, and I always love seeing the messages that so many of you guys take away from it. So thank you all for joining as you do, whether it's live or on the replay. If you are here now, drop a comment. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know how your week is going for you. And if you come in on the replay, make sure to drop me a comment as well, just to let me know that you're listening, to let me know that you're getting something out of this show. Because again, like I said, the goal of this podcast is to help impact athletes on a large scale. And the way we know we're doing that is when we actually hear from you. So drop me a comment, let me know that you're here. Now, getting into what we're talking about today, we are talking about what a coach really is. And we're going to get into it pretty quickly because I'm having some internet issues today and it looks like it's holding up right now. So hopefully it sticks it out. We're going to get into the show pretty quickly here. So let's get it going. And we're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Elite Development Podcast, the number one show for athletes looking to gain an edge on their opponents and build their dream careers in sport. I'm your host, Kenny Dusseault, and today we are talking about what a coach truly is. Now, why am I bringing this message to you? So as most of you likely know, I run a strength and conditioning company that works both in person at the facility I own here in Calgary, Alberta, as well as worldwide online. I work with athletes in a few different areas of the UK. I work with a couple of athletes in Australia, New Zealand, Saudi Arabia, the United States, Canada, and Cyprus, which I couldn't even confidently tell you where that is, but I know I have an athlete there and he is a national kickboxing champion. However, the reason that I'm bringing this topic to you today, what is a coach really, is because this has been something over the last little while I've really come into, realizing what it is I'm trying to do with this coaching company. For a long time, I was just a guy who liked coaching athletes. Now I've really realized that I'm here for a lot more than that. I'm here to make an impact. My goal is really trying to, impact as many athletes as I possibly can. And so as a result, I started thinking, what can I do better? What is my company doing right now that I can do better? Because the way I'm going to make the most impact is because I am going to be the one that, continues to improve myself, which in turn continues to improve my team, which in turn continues to improve all the athletes that come across both our social media presence as well as our actual program working with us in their careers. So what can I do better? What impact I can have? Because my number one goal is to be the number one athlete development company on the market. And so continuing to ask myself, what can I do better? One of the things that I knew I needed to focus on more was delivering an impact mentally. Because if you've been an athlete for a while, or you're a coach, or you've worked with athletes, whatever else it might be, if you've been an athlete for a while, you understand that the journey of becoming a successful athlete is not just a physical one. You're going to be going through a lot of stuff. Life is difficult. And especially when you're trying to pursue a career in a sport, life can be extremely difficult. It can be extremely trying. And through those moments is what's going to show you who you really are. Through those moments is what's going to show you how badly you truly want this. And there are a lot of moments where you're not understanding what you're going through. And as a result, people end up quitting on themselves. And so that's one area that I really thought, you know what, my company can do that better. Myself, my coaches, my team can do that better. We can be the voices for athletes that help them unleash themselves on the world and actually achieve their true potential instead of quitting when it gets hard, or instead of stepping back when it gets hard, or instead of seeking comfort over discomfort. All of these things that we know are so important in order to be successful in this field, we can be the team that brings those qualities into real life for these athletes. And so that brings me to the meat and potatoes of the podcast today. The podcast today is going to be talking primarily about a conversation I just had with an athlete of mine. And I'm not going to go into details about the specific conversation, but just a little bit of how that impacted me, how that impacted this individual, and in turn, the changes that I know we can make in my company in this industry. So this athlete reached out to me a little while ago, and he wanted to quit the program. He wanted to stop working with me. And, instead of just saying, cool, it's been fun, see you later, my reaction was, again, to coach him, to have the discussion with this individual about what was going on in their life and why they were coming to this decision, whether this was actually the right decision. And I made sure before we started this conversation that I sat down and I thought to myself, this is not about the money. This is not about, I have to keep this client. This is about figuring out what the right move is for this person. And in turn, making sure that we are doing the right thing for this person, because that is what I want this company to be about. So I sat down and I thought about it, and I really made sure that my focus coming into this conversation, and I repeated my focus coming into this conversation, is help this individual make the right decision for them. Now, as the conversation progressed, we were talking, and this person was telling me about, these difficult things they have going on in their life and how they'd fallen really off track. They were really struggling. They were going through, some pretty tough times. And, quite honestly, there are times that I would struggle with right now. So I could only imagine it was a very tough situation, but they kept coming back to this idea that I want to talk about, that they were describing themselves as a person that quits when, not a person that quits, I'm sorry, I got a little bit sidetracked mentally there. Not a person that quits. They were describing themselves as living a life that whenever things go well, they start going poorly. And this is something that I know my coaches have spoken a lot to me about, which is the fact that we create our own reality. And this is what we discussed on that call, is that we create our own reality. We create the reality that we want, or the reality that we're in the end going to get. So if you reinforce with yourself that you are the kind of person who lives a life that whenever things are going well, they go badly, that you are going to perform the actions that create that reality for you in your life. Now, this is something that I thought was super powerful when it was said to me. And this is also something that this individual found super powerful when we talked to him. So, on getting onto this call, this person was ready to quit on their goals. This person was ready to quit on their future in athletics. And going through that talk about, creating our own reality, going through that discussion about, how you create your identity as this specific person, and how if you create your identity as this specific person, life is going to continue to reinforce this identity onto you. This brought this person back and got them excited about getting back to training, but not just about getting back to training. This got them reinvigorated about their goals for the future and about their vision for the future. And this really reinforced with me as well the differences that my company can make in this industry, the people that we can be in this industry, the coaches that we can be in this industry, that are going to not just put together great programs to help athletes reach new levels of fitness, to better perform in their actual sport, but to help humans. Our goal here is to help humans. Our goal here is to help humans reach new levels of themselves in order to be able to not just perform in their sport, but approach their life within a better mindset, and in turn, approach their future in a better mindset. And that is the difference that I know we can make in this world. So that was just a very, very powerful conversation. So, to that person, you know who you are. I appreciate you and thank you for that conversation. That helped me quite a lot as well. And so why am I talking about this? Why am I telling you guys about this conversation? Obviously not going into any great detail about it, but why am I telling you guys about this conversation that I had with this person? Because I want to ask you, who do you have in your corner? Who do you have in your corner? Because what is a coach? A coach is not, especially in terms of a strength coach, a strength coach is not someone that is here to throw a program at you when they're good. That is obviously part of the job. We need to make sure that we're training our athletes to succeed when they step into their competition. But a true coach, and what I want my company to live by, a true coach is someone that is able to help you in other areas of your life as well. With this specific example, a true coach is someone that is willing to take the time in order to have that discussion with you about the difficult things going on in your life, about what you can do to change them, about how they can help you change them. So who do you have in your corner? Athletes listening to this, who do you have in your corner? If you were to talk to any of your coaches tomorrow, would you be able to bring up serious things that you have going on in your life and get the support that you need? Or would you get the typical thing that I've heard quite a lot, unfortunately, which is stop being a pussy and get back to work? Or, oh, it's no big deal, just push through it. Or, oh, come on, you got this, and not really actually giving anything of value. Who do you have in your corner? Because having those people in your corner, having those people you can reach out to when things are difficult, having those people that can help not only, as a person to lean on, but somebody who can, have the discussion with you and help reignite that fire when you start to lose it and help guide you in the right direction. That is the key to succeeding in anything you do. Because we have this weird mentality in the sport performance world that, you need to do everything on your own. I speak to athletes all the time that, I don't want a coach. Just tell me what I need to do to train better for my sport. It's like, it's not that simple. Like, we all need coaches. I have a coach for my business. I have a coach for my own training. I have a coach for boxing, which is something that I've been picking up recently. We all need coaches. And the fact that you don't think you do is a problem. The fact that you don't think you need someone to help you is a problem. Because if you truly want to succeed, if you truly want to reach the highest level that you can in your sport, why do you think you can do it alone when no one else does it alone? Why do you think you don't need help? Why do you think you need a couple of tips from a stranger on the internet and then you're off to the races? A coach, when a coach is, actually doing their job properly, a coach is there to help you succeed. This is somebody that you need in your corner. And helping you succeed doesn't just mean giving you a good workout. Helping you succeed doesn't mean just pushing you in the gym. Helping you succeed means every area of life, because yes, you're an athlete, but you're a human being first. And that's what I think so many people start to forget, is that you're an athlete, but you're a human being first. And reaching out for help as a human being is not soft. Reaching out for help as a human being is not you being a pussy. Reaching out for help is you showing the maturity to understand that others have answers that you don't. And the people who are going to ultimately be successful, the ones who are ultimately going to actually reach the next level, going to actually succeed in their sport, going to actually achieve the goals they set out for themselves, are the ones who are able to set their ego aside and ask for help on the things that they need help with instead of trying to do it themselves. Now, I understand, unfortunately, because we work in an industry that is unregulated, there are a lot of coaches out there that, wouldn't go that extra mile, that don't do those extra things. But those aren't the coaches to talk to. And so if you're in that position right now where you say, great, great, I have a coach, but I wouldn't be able to bring these things to them, then you've got the wrong coach. And it's plain and simple. You've got the wrong coach. You need to find the person that is going to actually be able to have those conversations with you. You need to find the person that is actually going to truly make it their mission to help you succeed, because that is the person you need in your corner. So what is a coach really? A coach is someone that is there to help you succeed in all areas of life, not just when it comes to the things specific to the sport. So I hope you got some value from that. I hope that you took something good away. If you did, I would love to know what it is. As always, you can drop that in a comment below if you're here live right now. If you are watching on the replay, make sure to send me a message and tell me what you took away. I always appreciate getting those messages from you all. And if you are looking to take your athletic career to the next level and you are looking for a team of coaches to help you do that, the application to get into our one-on-one programs is linked in the bio as well, in the show notes as well. So we can help you in every area of the game to ensure that you are taking yourself to the next level too. So as always, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate you taking the time. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk again soon.